So we finally say goodbye to Eloise. It was fun having you on the island. So hello everyone, I'm Tofu and welcome back to Ewetopia, my all sheep island, and naturally, we're on a villager hunt today. So we'll be looking for any of the available sheep that are not currently on my island. So let's go see who the first villager is on this island, shall we? So obviously Anticipation Mountain, so we will bust out our magical ladder, fabulous. And who are we going to find? 3, 2, 1, big reveal, go. Oh, it's Eric. What a beautiful boy. A good way to start the villager hunt, but obviously not a sheep, so we won't be taking him. But this is the first ticket of 120 that I have on my person, and I have a lot more in my storage, so maybe I'll just keep going until we find a sheep. So to anyone that's not acquainted with this particular island, I am looking for an entire island of sheep. So currently, we only have one villager that isn't a sheep now that Eloise has managed to move off the island, and that is Rudy, and I love him, he is my boy, and so I won't be moving him out in a long while, to be honest, if I can help it. This is Norma, just to interrupt myself. But yeah, as far as the sheep that are available to me, we currently have Barbara, Kashmir, Eunice, Muffy, Pietro and Timbra. So any of them will do, it doesn't matter which one, I'm just looking for a sheep. And naturally Norma obviously isn't a sheep, so we're running away to the next island. I would have to move out Rudy eventually if I want an all sheep island, but yeah, he's kind of my unofficial mascot of the channel just because I wanted him for the longest time and he wouldn't show up, and then yeah, it's been a real challenge to get hold of him, and then he ended up just on this island and I couldn't pass up the opportunity, so I ended up taking him even though I wanted all sheep. Anyway, I digress. This is Big Top, kind of cool elephant, one of the superhero characters. Never had Big Top, and to be honest, I'm not really that bothered by Big Top. Like, I like Kid Cat, Agent S is okay, Big Top is then kind of meh, and Rocket, I just really don't rate Rocket at all. But anyway, obviously, moving on. So this recording session has already started off pretty poorly, honestly, and has left me a little bit salty. So OBS, my recording software that I use, stopped working, and it wouldn't capture the switch at all. And yeah, as a result, I tried to update OBS, and I've tried to update the laptop, and everything just stopped working entirely. It's just like, it wouldn't do what I wanted it to, and it's been a massive pain. I've lost an hour worth of recording time in my session. I only had like a small window anyway, so that's really annoying. That's Marina, by the way. She's really adorable, but obviously we will not be taking her, so we must run away. But yeah, this whole OBS problem has been a bit of a pain. Yeah, OBS just wouldn't find the screen that I'm used to record, and so it's really irritating. I ended up going through loads of different troubleshooting sites. I've watched loads of YouTube videos that all didn't seem to address the issue, and they just suggested things like running OBS as an administrator, which didn't work because, you know, it wouldn't find the screen. So, but there you go. I managed to stumble my way into the correct settings somehow, and so I've made a mental note, if this happens again, I know what to do. That was Hamfrey, by the way, I didn't acknowledge it. He's kind of cool, but yeah, next island. So, other than the fact that my recording software decided to try and die on me, a few things have happened, naturally, just in my life and then Animal Crossing related, so yeah, we'll just talk about those. But in my last episode, I mentioned the fact that the family car just kind of died on me, and the clutch went entirely. And yeah, that's now been fixed. So it took a while. It was pretty expensive in the end, and we did have to rent a car, and just for a few days, and it was okay, but it was kind of on the smaller side, so that wasn't particularly fun. But you know, we managed to get through it. So me and Mumsy now have our car back, and that's all good. That was Dizzy, by the way, and he's a cute boy. Would happily have him on a different island, but obviously not today. And having the hire car was a bit of a weird kind of experience because it was, obviously, it allowed us to get to work and back, but we didn't really want to take it anywhere else, just in case. You know, it only takes one person to not really care about their car and let their door swing and hit our then rent car, and then we lose our deposit, which just wouldn't be cool. So we were in this weird space where we didn't want to do anything besides basically going to work, and naturally you don't really want to go to work anyway. This is Benjamin. He's kind of cute in his own way, but I don't really like his eyes. It's just a little bit kind of creepy in a little way, but I'm sure he's somebody's favourite, and he's kind of cool, but yeah, not for me. So, other than things breaking on me, what else has happened? So, it's been announced that the UK will be getting the Animal Crossing aquarium crossover that a few countries have had. So I know that it happened in Seattle, there was a few places in Europe, and naturally Japan. I think it's Paris and Berlin, if memory serves, in Europe. But yeah, the UK is actually getting that crossover. And so there's going to be 5 different aquariums across the UK with various Animal Crossing related, theming. And yeah, that's going to be cool. This is Pico, by the way. You can't see her because of the cliff. Really unfortunate, just camera work by myself. Let me see if I can get a better view of her, because she is adorable. But, yeah, not going well. You could see the... Come on. Ah, that's better. But yeah, anyone who's obviously in the UK, will you be going to one of these aquariums? If memory serves, it's Manchester, Birmingham, Brighton, London and Chessington, but I'm not entirely sure about that. I would have to double check. Each aquarium location has about a month for the event to happen, so there should be plenty of time for people to get around the UK and visit the, nearest aquarium to them, if you are indeed interested. This is Kevin, and he's alright. Not great by my standards, but not bad either. But we're going to be doing what we've done so far and leaving behind, so obviously let's carry on the hunt for the sheep. So me and Mumsy would definitely love to go to one of these aquarium events. I think Birmingham would be the best one for us, just because of location, and a few of the others are quite a way away from us. This is Olaf, and I'm not particularly interested in him, as you may remember from my orange villager hunt on my other island, my Arc-en-Ciel, my rainbow-themed island. I was looking for an orange villager, and he came up a couple of times, and I just refused. I just don't like him. He comes across really arrogant. And whilst I'm really excited to go, because just any kind of Animal Crossing event is cool, I'm a tad surprised over the fact that the UK has 5 different locations. Like, I'm not sure about America, but I think it's had like 2 or 3. I'm pretty sure Japan's only had like 2 or 3. And then when they did Europe, like I said, I think it was Berlin and Paris. So it seems weird that the UK are getting this kind of mini tour of 5 different locations. But obviously it's a good thing for us, because more locations means more availability to see them. This is Sparrow, by the way, and I'm not really into him. He's kind of got some, I don't know, funky eyes, like he's seen some stuff. Not the worst designed bird by any stretch of the imagination, but yeah, not for me. And then, of course, the big news that I'm sure everyone has heard and knows about by this point, but the Switch 2 has been, I guess, officially announced. So they did a teaser trailer for it, and yeah, it looks cool. Obviously, I'm excited. I haven't gone down the rabbit hole of various YouTube channels and things that are trying to like psychoanalyze every single aspect of the Switch 2, because yeah, I just don't have time for that. This is Flurry, by the way, very cute hamster, someone I would happily have on a different island, but unfortunately for her, not this time. But yeah, people have been losing their absolute shit over the Switch 2 being announced officially. And, you know, I can see why people would be excited, and there's going to be hype, naturally. But yeah, there's definitely some overreacting, in my opinion. But there we go. I guess anything new is going to cause excitement and hype. Here's, excuse me, this is Candy, and she's okay. I don't really like the very high and vibrant cheek blushes that she's got, but other than that, she's an okay mouse. But we will be leaving her behind, so let's put out a fire and away we go. I guess there's been a few leaks and various rumours about the Nintendo Switch 2 that Nintendo just wanted to kind of nip in the bud, so they've done this, teaser trailer. This is Cleo, very cute horse, but unfortunately we're going to be leaving her behind. I guess Nintendo then released the teaser trailer just so that it can stop any misinformation being spread regarding leaks and things, and it can bring the attention back to Nintendo themselves. And obviously, there's going to be speculation with anything new, because of course there will be. But yeah, like I said, it brings the attention back to Nintendo, as opposed to the leakers or, you know, any of these rumour starters. This is Hippo, and I'm not particularly interested in him. He would have been kind of decent for my crime island of Jailtown, but yeah, not really any other island of mine. I just don't really like his design. The fact he's like a weird yellow, greeny, sickly colour doesn't help him. There is one thing about the trailer that I must admit I got confused with, and it was me being stupid, but there we go. I thought the Direct talking about the Switch 2 was in February, and it took me probably longer than I like to admit that obviously it's the American date system, so they do month, day, year, as opposed to day, month, year that we do in the UK. And so it is actually the 2nd of April and not the 4th of February like I initially thought it was. This is Petrie, and I absolutely adore this mouse. She is just so gorgeous. I have had her before on one of my islands, and she's an absolute icon, and I love her to bits. But yeah, we'll be leaving her behind this time, which is kind of sad. But there we go. Obviously on a hunt for sheep, so we must continue. I'm definitely intrigued as to what the release titles are going to be for the Switch 2. I'm sure like most people, honestly. But yeah, I can only imagine that a Mario Kart game would be one of them, because they obviously showed that off on the trailer. Just to interrupt myself, this is the gorgeous Vivian, and she's been a previous member of Ewetopia, in fact. I brought her on as one of the wolves in sheep's clothing, and she's one of those characters that I've never had before, up until that point anyway, and I've always wanted her, and she looks just really nice, and so yeah, I had to bring her onto the island. But now she's pretending that she doesn't know me. She wants to put that little saga behind her, and fair enough. Back on track with the Switch 2 speculation anyway. Obviously they showed off Mario Kart, and I am wondering whether it's going to be Mario Kart 9, or if it's going to be just Mario Kart 8 with a few more tracks added on, and basically all the DLC added as like an ultimate version. And here we have another wolf. It's Lobo. He's kind of cool. Never had him before, but yeah, that won't be starting today if I can help it, because like I said previously and many times before, I'm looking for a sheep. Yeah, I do wonder what other games will be announced as far as the launch lineup. Generally speaking, I think the only console that hasn't had a Zelda title as a launch was the Wii U, and the Wii U obviously failed miserably because of that. Well, not just because of that, but yeah, that's one of the reasons, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, nobody really knew what the Wii U was when it first came out, whether it was just like an add-on or if it was actually a new console, and the fact that they didn't have Zelda as a release title like they've always done in the past just kind of confused matters more. This is Claudia, and she's alright. Not the best tiger, but definitely not the worst. She's just pleasant, I guess. Does lead me to believe with the Switch 2 though, if they are going to do a Zelda title, are they actually going to make a new one, or are they going to open the door to the fan requested Twilight Princess remake that everyone's been asking for, or at least, you know, the HD remaster that everyone wants? And honestly, I'm no exception to that. I would love a Twilight Princess remaster. It's one of my favourite Zelda games, actually, along with Wind Waker. Wind Waker is probably my absolute favourite, and I absolutely love Twilight Princess, and honestly, I would rate it higher than Ocarina of Time, which I'm sure is going to piss off a few people, but there we go. Here we have Bianca, so another tiger. So we've had 2 wolves in a row and then a couple of tigers in a row. She is currently on my Rainbow Island of Arc-en-Ciel, and yeah, I'm getting to know her a little bit better. So, other than the fact that she's not a sheep, because we have her on the other island, we won't be taking her this time round. To be honest, there's not really that many Legend of Zelda games that I don't like. I love the original. Ocarina of Time and Majora's Masks are just great. See, Wind Waker and Twilight Princess being my favourites. I'll just interrupt myself because this is the absolutely adorable Goldie, and I love her so much. She was a resident on Tanglewood, my jungle island, my first recorded island, and yeah, I absolutely love her because of that. Never actually had her up until that point, so I'm just so glad that I managed to get hold of her. But yeah, back on track with the Zelda talk. Another game that I absolutely love was A Link Between Worlds and A Link to the Past, naturally. I guess the two weakest Zelda games in my opinion would be the second one. So because they added all the RPG elements to it, I never really liked it as a kid. I mean, it has grown on me a little bit more just as I've become an adult, but yeah, at the time I really wasn't into it. And Skyward Sword, which at the time I was kind of had mixed feelings, so I played through it in its entirety, but it's the only real Zelda game that I remember putting down. Like, I would play for like an hour or two and then just kind of be like, that's enough for today, and I'd put down the controller and that would be it, and I'd move on to whatever else I wanted to do. That villager was Gonzo, by the way. I didn't acknowledge it. He's kind of cool in his own way, but yeah, kind of weird in others. So moving on. I guess I don't dislike Skyward Sword. There were definitely things that, like, I think could have been improved, but it was fun enough, I guess, at the time. Like I said, there were points where obviously I had to put the controller down, just say that was enough, but I played through it in its entirety, so it couldn't have been bad, right? This is Harry, and he was on Jailtown, our crime island, and yeah, he's grown on me because of that, like many of the residents of Jailtown. Not really someone I would consider for any other island, so it was nice to have a reason to kind of collect those type of characters, honestly. So I've done enough waffling about Legend of Zelda. The big question is, are they going to drop any Animal Crossing news on this trailer, or the direct? I would absolutely love it, as I'm sure everyone would, but honestly, I'm not counting on it. And like we've already had so far, we've had a couple of tigers, we've had a couple of wolves follow each other, now we've had a couple of Jailtown residents follow each other. And we've got Bella, who was part of the girl gang, and she was kind of petty criminal, doing various things like pickpocketing and whatnot. And again, much like Harry, has grown on me because of that. But what do you guys think? Do you think they'll actually announce anything Animal Crossing? Again, I'm really skeptical that they will. I imagine that if they did do anything, it will literally be just a name drop and kind of acknowledge that they are in development. But that'll kind of be it. And even that, I think it's pretty doubtful. This is Louis, so someone I've had on an island that wasn't recorded, and he definitely grew on me. He was my very first New Horizons starter, along with Shari. And yeah, it's probably my favourite gorilla because of that. But in general, I'm not really into the gorillas. I mean, I would absolutely love to be proven wrong, and just Nintendo to be like, boom, Animal Crossing news, and everyone just to lose their minds, and I would definitely be part of that group. But here we have Boone, and yeah, no thank you. Don't know why I spoke to him, because I already know who it is. Okay, non-gorilla. Let's go. Not quite a gorilla, but it is a monkey. It is Monty. And I called him Deli last time, and yeah, that was pretty embarrassing, but I remembered his name this time. But let's just put out his fire, and away we go. And I'm sure anyone that's watching this would obviously love to get their hands on a Switch 2, but do you think you'll end up getting it for launch, or are you going to wait until maybe Christmas, or even hold off until Animal Crossing is officially released for it? Because you'd have to imagine they're going to release it fairly sharpish. This is Sky, and she's adorable. I have had her briefly on one of my islands, but yeah, again, won't be taking her because she's not sheep. 'Tis a shame, because she is just a cutie all round, but yeah, definitely one of Mumsy's favourites, if not Mumsy's absolute favourite, honestly. So yeah, a little bit sad to leave her behind. I think both me and Mumsy are on the opinion that we'll probably get it on launch, and yeah, we'll just see what launch titles there are for it. Here is the adorable bee. I've never had her before, but Mumsy has, and yeah, she looks adorable. She's kind of the same calibre as Goldie, honestly, just a really cute looking normal dog. Yeah, someone I would happily have, but yeah, unfortunately not this time. How many tickets am I on? Let's just have a quick look. It's number 29, so I guess I'll do one more ticket, and then we'll do a quick fire round of like 10 or 15, and see if we can find a sheep in that little period. So last ticket before I do a quick fire round. Are we going to find someone good? No, we're not. We're going to find Lionel just in the horizon there. Look at him. Toilet boy. weirdo. So yeah, let's do a quick fire round and hopefully we'll get lucky within those 10 or 15 tickets. So first of the quick fire round we have the absolutely gorgeous Freya. I love her. Next up we have Simon. And Sister Fruit Island we have Samson. We have the absolutely good looking Fang. What a handsome boy. Next up we have O'Hare. And he's alright looking rabbit. Here we have the cuteness that is Agnes. We have the somewhat ill looking Gruff, so no thank you. And there we have Violet on the other side of the river. And again, no thank you. We have the fun and kind of silly looking Boots. And the last quick fire round ticket for now is Broccolo. So we're back to our regular villager hunt style now. And that's our first dupe. And it's Boone. I'm pretty sure it's our first dupe anyway. In fact, was ticket 41 the first dupe that we had on our last villager hunt as well? That's weird. Okay, hopefully we'll find someone better than Boone. I guess my plan is that I'm going to get through the next 30 or so tickets, and then I'll probably give up my ladder just to try and make it a bit quicker. And we have our second dupe in a row in Boots here. Again, I don't know why I spoke to him, because we already know who it is. We already seen him recently as well, so yeah, shame. Yeah, I'm not going to get rid of my ladder right away, just because I like the variation of the islands. I like the Anticipation Mountain and the Waterfall Island as well. Just adds a little bit of anticipation, surprisingly. And speaking of Anticipation Mountains, here we are. So hopefully we don't get a third dupe in a row. So bust out our ladder. Fabulous. And who do we think we're going to get? 3, 2, 1. Big reveal. Go. It's Avery. So he's cool. He's obviously not a dupe, so he's very welcome. But not a sheep, so unfortunately we won't be taking him. But yeah, I really like his design. It's just a really cool designed character. So I am determined to bring a sheep home today, but we'll see how strong my resolve lasts. Because yeah, if it goes on for absolutely ages, do I then have to settle? Who knows? But I would like to take home a sheep. This is the cute looking Nibbles. Not someone I'm after, unfortunately for her, but yeah, she's pretty cute. I must admit, out of all the sheep that are available to me, I guess the one I wouldn't mind missing out on potentially is Pietro. And I do like his design, he's a pretty cool character. But I think he would also work for the Rainbow Island as well, because he is kind of a rainbow boy, isn't he? I feel like Pietro would be the only multicoloured villager that I would have on my Rainbow Island, and all the rest would have to be mostly a solid colour. But we'll see how it goes, because obviously if I find Pietro on this island, I'm not then wanting to take him for Rainbow Island. Here is the adorable Pinky. A very nice character, and someone I've never had before. And someone that I always forget is Peppy, but I don't know, it should be kind of obvious, because I think the majority of the pink characters tend to be Peppy, honestly. There's a few exceptions to that, but yeah, mostly the ones I forget are Peppy, tend to be pink. But anyway, moving on. So as much as I love the snow in this game, I'm really looking forward to when it hits spring and then starts getting a bit more green. I think the island, like Ewetopia, is really going to pop once that happens. Just all the different greens and things, it's just going to look vibrant and cool. This is Sylvia. She is vibrant but not particularly cool in my opinion, so I'm just going to leave her behind and run away. When it comes to the dream address for Ewetopia, once I'm actually finally done with the island, I'm really not sure whether I'm going to have it in autumn/fall or go with spring. Anyway, enough stalling. 3, 2, 1, who's the character? It is Elmer, I believe. I'm going to just double check his name. That's not the way I wanted to vault. There we go, fabulous. You are indeed Elmer. Hello, sir. He's a cool looking horse. But obviously a little bit of a sad name choice. Being Elmer's glue that used to be made out of horses and all that jazz. So a little bit dark on Nintendo's side, but there you go. They've got plenty of villagers that they've done similar things for. It's honestly been so long since I played this game in the spring that I just don't remember how vibrant and what kind of different coloured greens and things there are. So yeah, I might end up doing the dream address in spring if I really do like it. This gorgeous thing here is Olivia, and I love her. Look at her. How could you not love her? She's just gorgeous, isn't she? Absolutely beautiful girl, snooty, and a cat. What's not to love? But speaking of like dream address and all that jazz, I really need to kind of get working on acnh and moving that towards 3 stars so that I can actually start decorating. Just to interrupt myself, this is Sydney, a resident of acnh. Gorgeous koala girl. I should say cute, really. She's more cute than gorgeous, but, you know, each to their own. But yeah, I really should just try and work towards hitting 3 stars on that Switch. I've just been really busy. I haven't really played a lot of Animal Crossing in the past week or so due to the various things we needed to do, like getting the car fixed and the hire car sorted and things like that. There's also been a couple of birthdays within the family, so naturally everyone wants to meet up and celebrate birthdays and things and just generally do things. But anyway, Anticipation Mountain, 3, 2, 1, who are we going to find? We're going to find Sprinkle, the cute penguin girl. Yep, one of the few penguins that I actually remember their name. But obviously not a sheep, so moving on. So as far as getting the other island to 3 stars, I just need to do more basic decorating, sorry. So I need to make a lot more just DIY furniture and dot them around. I need more flowers, bushes, probably more bridges and inclines, and definitely more villagers, honestly. So I'm definitely going to have to do some villager hunts on that island sometime soon. This is Antonio and is a good looking grey jock boy. Someone I've always kind of wanted, but he just doesn't come up at the right time. But he would definitely work, in my opinion anyway, as far as a grey character for the Rainbow Island. But obviously not today, so we will run away through the peaches and to the next island. A little bit that I have actually done on Animal Crossing just in the past week or two was a very brief start on the Happy Home Paradise speedrun. So I've done like maybe 3 or 4 homes, but I've at least made a start. So hopefully I can get into the real groove with that kind of thing and knock out a few houses and facilities and things, and then get that all edited and hopefully out relatively quick for you guys. This is Drago. He's a kind of cool dragon, but not someone we're after today, which is unfortunate. But yeah, again, like Antonio, would be someone pretty cool to have on the Rainbow Island. We've seen some decent characters recently. Are we going to find another one? Are we going to find a sheep? Only time will tell. We're not going to find a sheep. It's Flip, I believe his name is. It is indeed. Not someone I'm interested in, so I'm going to run away the second I can. Pretty sure I just saw some pink on the horizon, so it might be Peaches or Bitty. Let's just have a look. I believe that's Peaches, but I will just double check the name. I don't like the X's for eyes. It makes him look kinda dead. Or her? Is it a girl? I guess it's a girl. I think it's a normal girl. But yeah, I don't like the crosses for eyes. It's a little bit unsettling. So is it just me, or did my villager hunts for this island used to be really successful and I used to get really lucky really quickly, and now I've been struggling recently? Oh, look at this boy. It's Wolfgang. Very handsome lad. Can't obviously take him because we're looking for sheep, but yeah, always a pleasant face to see. Much like Freya, much like Vivian, much like Audie, any of the wolves I've seen, just all really nicely designed. Okay, a sheep. I can feel it in my bones. My bones are wrong. It's Claudia again. I'm not going to say hello because I know exactly who it is. It's a dupe. It's a tiger. Moving on. I guess out of all the sheep that are available to me, I would love to get Muffy the most just because she's Uchi, and I don't have any Uchis on the island. See, we did have our starter girl, but yeah, she moved away. I'm pretty sure it was Shari. That's Owl in the background, and no thank you. I will admit that out of the sheep available, I would say my least keen is probably Cashmere, and I've been pretty harsh on her in the past. Just, I think she looks kind of ill with the half-closed eyes and then the pale green that I generally don't like in villagers, I guess. But I do have a sub that absolutely loves Cashmere and says that she's just misunderstood and everyone treats her really badly when actually she's really sweet. And yeah, that kinda is making me, like, it's twisting my arm a little bit and kind of makes me want to find Cashmere. And obviously the fact I had Jailtown and all these different criminal types came onto the island, and I ended up really liking some of them. So that kind of helps me open my mind a little bit. This is Ken, by the way, and kind of a cool chicken, but not someone we're going to be taking home today. Maybe on a future island, but yeah, not right now. So, running away. If memory serves, I think we're getting close to halfway as far as our original stack of tickets goes. We haven't found a sheep yet. We have just found Marcy. and she was a resident of Jailtown very briefly, but she ran away as soon as Marlo, the mafia boss, came onto the island, and I can't say I blame her, and I didn't really get much of a chance to, I guess, get to know her, quote unquote, but yeah, she's okay. But was the first ever kangaroo that I had on any island ever. And then obviously I got Matilda, and I really like Matilda, so yeah, so that sold me a little bit on the kangaroos. Okay, sheep this time. Can we find one? I don't think so. We've just found Eugene, the quote-unquote cool koala. I don't think he's cool, that's why I put it in quotes. He thinks he's cool. You're not cool, Eugene. So I think I'm going to get to around ticket 70, 75. I'll probably then do another quickfire round, if we get that far. And then I'll probably ditch my ladder, just so that we avoid Anticipation Mountains and the Waterfall Islands, just to make things a little bit quicker. Here's the ever fabulous Julian. Would be a fantastic find for Rainbow Island, but this isn't Rainbow Island, this is Ewetopia, our sheep island, and he does not qualify as a sheep, for obvious reasons. And I'm stuck. Moving on. Okay, gonna find a sheep. Sheep energy, let's go. Harry, you're not a sheep, you're just hairy. Okay, so I'm back. For you guys, obviously, that's been no time at all from the different islands. But yeah, it's been a little while for me. So, I mentioned previously that we had a few birthday things kind of going on with the family. Yeah, we had a couple earlier, so we ended up seeing my family for a little bit, and then we went bowling with Mumsy's mum, and celebrated a birthday with Mumsy's family. And yeah, I like bowling, but it's something I don't really do that often, so I'm not particularly good. But me and Mumsy have a healthy competitiveness when it comes to bowling, because we try and beat each other. So I'm pretty sure I forgot to mention that Bianca was the last villager. So yeah, just in case I didn't actually mention it, Bianca, and obviously not somewhere after. There's Olaf, so I'm going to grab this bottle. We're going to go yoink. There we go, fabulous. And moving on. Yeah, if you just humour me when it comes to waffling on a little bit about bowling. But it's only recently that I've learnt how to hold a bowling ball properly. All courtesy of Mumsy. I used to put the wrong fingers in the hole, and so when I went bowling, generally at the end of the night it would absolutely destroy my finger. But yeah, I've been shown how to actually hold a bowling ball properly, and I'm a little bit more consistent now, so that's always good. I will say that it doesn't really destroy my wrist or finger as much as it did, which is always a plus. But my weird bowling style does mean that I kind of do this like crouch thing when I bowl, and my knee ends up hurting, so I need to improve on that. This is Mallory, a kind of cute duck, and obviously we're not taking her, so hunt continues for one of the many elusive sheep. Oh, and in case you're wondering who won between me and Mumsy in the bowling, this time it was me! Hooray! Feel free to let me know how fantastic I am at bowling in the comments below, like Champion Tofu or something like that. Not to rub my ego very much at all. This is Cephalobot, and he's alright. Not really someone I'm particularly keen on. Obviously not hunting for him on this island, but even if I wasn't hunting for sheep, I don't think I would take him with me. I'm pretty sure the last time we went bowling, Mumsy absolutely destroyed me, so I had an absolutely terrible game. And she was just really good, like, yeah, it kind of swaps between us, like every other time it's one of us is doing really well and the other does a little bit kind of worse than they expect. Here we have Leopold, or Parsley as I prefer to call him, just because he reminds me of some child's cartoon or like stop animation thing from, I don't even know, was it the late 60s, early 70s or something like that? I think it's called The Herbs, and yeah, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it before on the channel. It's a really weird show, and I only ever remember this lion with like a green leafy mane called Parsley. And yeah, I never really watched the show because it was way before my time, but I remember seeing adverts for it on VHS tapes, so you know, go fig. So I still plan to do a quickfire round coming up soonish, but yeah, hopefully I don't get to that point and I actually find a sheep beforehand. But this is the very cute pink monkey Nana. Very bubblegum-esque, that pink. She's just a very cute monkey. Probably my favourite, but I've never actually had her, so yeah, that's something to try and work on in the future. To be honest, I don't think I've had that many monkeys at all, really. It's just Shari and Tiansheng. They're the only ones that come to mind. And we have Antonio again, another dupe, so moving on. I was just wondering to myself if there's a species that I don't have, like, you know, I have less often than any other species, and I really was struggling to think of one. And then I realised that I've never had an octopus in New Leaf or New Horizons at all. So yeah, it would be octopus. Here is the adorable Cookie though, and I love her. Look at her. Fabulous all round. Definitely one of Mumsy's favourites. I think she was on her pastel island. And yeah, obviously really fits with that really nice pink. But it's sadly, yeah, we've got to leave her behind. There's definitely a few species that I've only really had 1 or 2 villages from. Like elephant's a perfect example of that. And I've had Eloise. And yeah, I can't think of any others that I've had. So I would really like to get a few, because, you know, not for the want of trying. There's Opal, that's really nice. Obviously Tia. I'm trying to think of others off the top of my head. Like Dizzy's kind of cool. I like Axel. But yeah, I didn't mention it, but it's Peaches, so another dupe. So obviously we shall leave yet again. Right, can we find a sheep this time? We cannot. It's Joey. Pretty sure he's hiding here. There he is. The weird duck in like a diaper or underwear or something. Yeah, not really into him. I'm sure it's meant to be some kind of jock strap or yeah, something like that. But I just see it as a diaper. So yeah, moving on. Don't really want a non-house trained duck on my island. It's just going to be messy. So we're edging ever closer to our second quickfire round and me ditching the ladder. There is Rowan the tiger, and I always get him confused with Leonardo, and it's only the last villager hunt that I did that I remembered that his name was Rowan. And yeah, right, Waterfall Island. Can we find a sheep before quickfire round number 2? Only time will tell. 3, 2, 1, big reveal, go! I don't see anyone, guys. If there is someone here, they must be a master of disguise. An absolute ninja. Weird that there was no one there. Certainly not a snake. I know Mumsy had a bit of a struggle of a villager hunt recently as well, didn't she? So yeah, hopefully I can get someone a little bit quicker than she did, but we shall see. This is Gala, very cute pig, and I know who she is. I'm not going to talk to her. Let's just move on to the second quickfire round, and hopefully we'll find a sheep there, and if not, then we'll just carry on. So quickfire round part 2, we have Kurt. Amongst the bamboo we have Boomer. Next up we have Rasha, and not really someone I'm into. Here we have Sweet Caroline. Well, I never knew her eyes did that when she's surprised. We have the tough boxer like kangaroo in Rooney. We have Eugene again, and you're just not cool, Eugene. Just let it go. Oh, we have the beautiful Diana. What a lovely face to see. Next up we have Egbert. Perpetually worried chicken. Next up we have this gorgeous thing being Jambet. Oh, what a darling. And to finish off the quickfire round part 2, we have the beautiful Anchor. What a glorious cat. So we're back to our regular hunt style. It's the last 35 tickets, something like that. I've ditched my ladder, so we've only got the vaulting pole, so that should make things a little bit quicker. Here we have the very adorable Flora. Someone I've had in New Leaf, but not on New Horizons. That might change with the whole Rainbow Island, but we shall see how that goes. Anyway, obviously not a sheep, so let's move on. Obviously I've still got a few tickets left, being like more than 30, so no real need to panic right now. But yeah, desperation certainly feels like it's setting in a little bit. This is Pansetti, certainly someone I wouldn't consider. Just, I don't know, there's something about her that I'm just not really into. I mean, she's fine, like, I'm sure she's somebody's favourite, and that's great, but she's just not mine. Can I find a sheep this time, please? We cannot. We can find an adorable cat, though, in Kitty here. She's just staring at the wall, like a baddie. She knows she doesn't have to acknowledge me, but she does anyway. I did have her briefly on my Japanese-themed island. I think I mentioned that previously on my last villager hunt. I'm pretty sure I saw Kitty there. But yeah, she is adorable, and I do like her. Just like most of the cats, honestly. There's only a few cats I'm not really into. Please, any of the 6 sheep. Any of them will do. You're not a sheep. You're Derwin. Come here. Yes, let me talk to you. I'll give you a stern telling off, sir. Being a somewhat cute duck that I've never had before. But I'm not allowed because I'm looking for sheep. How dare you, sir? Put your fire out and away I go. Sheep Island. Here we go. Admiral, what are you doing here? Well, I'm going to bid you and your funky eyebrow goodbye, sir. Okay, so 30 tickets left. I've got a newfound confidence. We're going to find a sheep. Let's go. And we have Lobo again. Because this has been going on for so long, I'm starting to forget which villagers I have seen and which ones I haven't. Here we have Flo, I believe her name is. It is indeed. Cool. I wasn't sure if it was Flo or Frigga, but I think Frigga has the kind of 60s looking dress. Anyway, obviously not a sheep, so we'll be moving on pretty quickly. Okay, so really random question, but were you one of the people that downloaded the Nintendo Music app? And do you still use it? Because at the time, when there was loads of people obviously downloading it when it first came out, everyone seemed to be really singing its praises. Pun intended, I guess. And now the only real mention I see of it is people basically saying, where is X song from the, one particular series that they really love. Just to interrupt myself in the trailer thought, this is Rosie, she is absolutely adorable, I would love her so much. But not for this island, unfortunately. If this was Arc-en-Ciel, my Rainbow Island, I would take her in a heartbeat. But I'm going to run away from her. It's only the second time I've ever seen her in this game, and it's really sad that I've got to leave her behind, but we must. Yeah, I have said it before, and I never really understood the point of the app, just because if I wanted to listen to video game music, I go to YouTube. I think it just makes sense, and you're not just limited to Nintendo music. Obviously, you've got all the other video games that have ever been produced out there with any music and soundtracks and things. And you never know, maybe I'll just fancy a bit of chiptune or like 8-bit music, and you end up discovering something that was really cool that you didn't know existed previously. This is Winnie, and her face is mostly blocked by that tree, but yeah, she's kind of a cool character, but obviously not someone we're after. And I do love me some video game music, and I'm an absolute sucker for anything with basically orchestral backing. So ever since the Legend of Zelda Symphony, I went to one of the first ones they did, so when it was limited to just the 3 in Tokyo, LA and London, I managed to get tickets for the London one, and that was just incredible. Like, I was, I think, 5th row and centre, and my word, it was the nerdiest yet most beautiful thing I'd ever seen at that point. This is Cephalopod, and he is neither nerdy nor beautiful, so let's head on to the next island. I know that Mumsy has been to a Pokemon themed symphony, and I'm sure that would have been absolutely amazing as well. There's Sandy in the background, and I don't think they're amazing, so let's move on. But yeah, I'm always on the hunt for any video game music, basically done as a symphony. So I know that there's been a Fire Emblem one, I know that Sonic has had like its fair share of symphony orchestras. I'm sure there's plenty of other video game series that have got like orchestras and symphonies and things. I'm sure Final Fantasy's had one. But yeah, I still maintain the fact that Animal Crossing deserves one, and it would be absolutely incredible. Like just all the hourly music, and then you've got all the different songs by KK as well to choose from. I'm sure they could make something absolutely phenomenal using the music from this series. This is Clyde, not really interested, even if I wasn't hunting for just a sheep. Yeah, I can't say that I would be happy to take Clyde home. But there we go, I have had him before, but yeah, that was when we first started New Horizons, and I didn't realise that you could actually hunt for more than just, one villager. I thought you had to take the villager home at the very start of the game. And so I took him home along with Melba and Audie, I think. The fact that I got Audie and Melba kind of made up for the fact that I got Clyde and had to take him home. But yeah, it's funny thinking about just how we didn't know how the game really worked back in the early days. This is Zell, he's a cool guy. Someone I'd probably take for a different island, but can't for this island, as I've explained many times before. Sorry Zell, but you're not invited this time round. This villager hunt is taking way too long. It's cutting into my valuable Happy Home Paradise time, and also just trying to get 3 stars on acnh time as well. Here we have the fabulous Twiggy. She was a member of my New Leaf town, and she did make her way onto my first New Horizons island because I've told the story many a time, but I left my DS running, and so she was the casualty of that, and she ended up leaving my New Leaf town, and I was really upset, so I wanted to give her a chance on New Horizons. And yeah, that's why that came about. If memory serves, I actually swapped out Twiggy for Ketchup eventually on my first island. Yeah, Ketchup was fresh and new to me, so yeah. And I had too many Peppies on that island as it was, and I thought just having 3 Peppies would be a bit obnoxious. This is Vic, someone I'm not particularly interested in, much like a few that we've seen recently. Even if I wasn't hunting for a sheep, then I can't say that Vic would be invited to the island, so running away. Okay, are we going to find a sheep this time? Please! Oh, no, we're not. It's Pango, the kind of cool coloured anteater. What's my longest hunt on this channel? Like, I think it's around 140 tickets, so hopefully / surely we're not going to get close to that, right? Here we have Patty, the Peppy cow. She's kind of cute. One of those characters that I always forget is Peppy, and yeah, I just assume she's normal. Just a nicely designed cow, to be honest. Oh, where are we at ticket-wise? Right. So, 103. So, I guess we'll get to 105 and then we'll do a quick-fire round. And, yeah, hopefully we'll find a sheep in that. And if not, then I guess I'll have to gather more tickets. Here is Yuka, and she's a very pretty koala. Again, another one of those villagers that I would happily take for a different island, but not today. Hopefully I can find a sheep within the bamboo. I think that was Paolo. There he is. Bubblegum-esque elephant here. How long is this going to take? I don't want this video to be like 5 hours long. Please. Everybody, send me your good luck, your good vibes, and we'll get a sheep. Okay, the last ticket before I go into my 3rd quickfire round, and we have Boyd. Hello, you. I refrain from saying handsome man. Hello, man. So, quickfire round part 3, we have Claudia yet again. Next up, we have the fabulous looking Pierce. Very nice eagle. And in the bamboo, we find Lucy. Very nice, but not someone we're after. Next up we have Ribbot, and no thank you. We have the very official and fabulous looking Genji. So 10 tickets left, my original 120. We have Dell, the submarine alligator. Or battleship alligator, I should say. Oh, we have the delightful Hornsby. I wanted you so many times on my islands. Next up we have Greta, the grandma mouse. Here we have superhero wannabe Mira, which has been on a couple of my islands. And we have Cephalobot again, no thank you. Next up we have Annalise, and she's pretty cute. We have the very handsome Wolfgang. Ah, the lovely Vivian yet again. Here we have Stu, and not someone we're particularly fond of or care about. And the very last ticket, before I have to go and get more, is wasted on Zucker. Very nice villager, but we're not after this food boy today. So we're back to our regular villager hunt style. I've had to go get more tickets, and yeah, I really don't know how long this is going to take. Like, I'm not even sure I'm going to be able to get this out on Monday, let alone Tuesday. This is Egbert. I'm pretty sure we've seen him before, but like I said earlier, I really am starting to just get confused as to who I've seen and who I haven't. So certain ones stick out and certain don't. So wish me luck. I'm going to need it. So for any of you wondering, I did pick up an extra 30 tickets. Hopefully that's enough. Please let it be enough. Here we have the beautiful Chrissy. And I love her so much. I've never had her. Always wanted her. And I've always wanted to have her on an island with Francine. I've mentioned it many a time in hunts. And one day I will have her. Maybe even on my Rainbow Island, who knows. Definitely feel like I'm going to have some kind of buffer before the next villager hunt. Because I did want to do another villager hunt on, obviously, acnh, just so that it makes it easier to get to 3 stars. Here we have the gorgeous Renee, and she's been on a couple of my islands before. She won't be coming on this island for obvious reasons, but she's a, really nice character. Are we going to get lucky this time? No, we're not. Run away. I don't want Owl. Okay, someone better than Owl. Preferably a sheep. Please be a sheep. I mean, is someone definitely better than Owl? It's the adorable Olive. Oh, why can't you be a sheep? I'd love to just take you home. Just kind of pick you up under my arm and carry you onto the plane and just kidnap you for Sheep Island. What a glorious time that would be. And there was so much hope, so much promise when I first started this hunt. And now all I've got is a dead leg. Me and Mumsy don't exactly have the most elaborate setup, so it's pretty basic, and because it's just in our bedroom, we have just a wooden dining room chair at our desk, and it's not the most comfortable thing in the world. Anyway, this is Nan, and she's pretty adorable. I would love to have her on Rainbow Island with Chevra as well, but this isn't Rainbow Island, this is Sheep Island. I'm not even sure what ticket number we're on at the moment. I've just completely lost track ever since I had to get more tickets. There's Stu again, and no thank you. I don't want the big blue boy. Please, can we find a sheep? Any sheep, it doesn't matter which one. Oh, there's Deirdre, the beautiful Deirdre. I love her, but kind of close, obviously being a deer. Okay, this time, I can feel it. That's Zucker. I think I'm going crazy, guys. Help me. Do any of you beautiful people remember when I first started Sheep Island? And, like, I said it would be probably easier to find all the sheep that I wanted because I only need to roll for the sheep. I don't need to roll for the species and then a specific villager from that species list. Yeah, I remember those. Those were good times. Here's Freckles. She's okay. I don't know if I've seen her already. Probably, but anyway, moving on. I definitely feel like I'm getting more desperate and more frantic, and I'm just losing hope that I'm ever going to find a sheep on this hunt. Is that Owl again? Right, do we think I'm going to be able to find a sheep before we hit the 140 ticket mark, which would make it my longest hunt ever? Here's Dell. We've already seen him before. Definitely have, because he was during my last quickfire round, so moving on. I'm rapidly losing hope that I'm going to find a sheep. There's Eugene. Pretty sure I've seen him because I always tell him he's not cool. In fact, he sucks. Sorry to anyone that likes Eugene, but right now I'm not in the mood. Oh, Sheep Island would be cute, I said. They'll be easy to find, I said. And here we are at, like, what, ticket 134 or something like that. Here is the adorable Sky. Have I seen her already? Probably. I really don't remember. She is a pretty face to see, though, so I can kind of forgive her. But, yeah. Moving on. Which villager's going to disappoint me this time? Money Rock Island. It's Drago. I'm pretty sure I've seen him already on this hunt, so let's just move on, shall we? I really have no idea what I'm going to do if I get to the 150 ticket mark that I now have after I gained the other 30 tickets. Here we have Groucho. Have I seen him already on this hunt? I'm not sure. I think I may have seen Ike, so I'm getting confused because one's got a bandage on his face and one's got the scar. Obviously Groucho's got the scar. But yeah, it's funny how many villagers have scars or band-aids and things like that over their face. Definitely running out of hope. And we have Maddie, the baddie. Cute dog. Just a shame she's not a sheep. I really want a sheep. You would think that 150 tickets would be enough, but it's really demoralising that it definitely doesn't seem like that is going to be the case. Sheep character? Muffy? Eunice? Kashmir? Barbara? Anyone? Please? Here they are. It's Tybalt. He's pretty cool. Okay, this time. I feel it. Ugh, hippo. No. I think this ticket might make it the longest villager hunt I've ever done on the channel. And here we have the lovely Diana. Fairly sure I've seen her before. She is gorgeous, but not obviously the sheep we're after. So I think if we get to the 150 tickets, I've only got 10 left, mind you. If I haven't found a sheep, then I'm just going to basically grind off of camera until I get a sheep. I'm determined to find one, because using 150 tickets, it would feel like a complete waste to then autofill. So yeah, I'm determined to get a sheep, and I'll show you at what point I get them. So wish me luck for these next 10, and yeah, hopefully we don't have to grind off of camera. Okay, so last 10 tickets. Am I going to finally find a sheep? It doesn't look like it. We've got mirror again. Okay, it's going to be like that, I guess, for the last 10. But hopefully we can find a sheep within these last 10 or last 9 now, and we don't get too many dupes. This video is going to be a bit of a pain to edit. Have I already said that already? I don't know. Here we have the adorable Sherb. Why couldn't you have been a sheep, sir? Cute little goat boy. Okay, so that's another ticket down, so we're down to 8. I did have to check, and this is technically the longest villager hunt I've ever done on the channel now. So the previous record, I guess, was 139, and that was a species roulette while I was looking for a hippo. This is Pappy the Okapi. Well, obviously, he's a horse, but a very fabulous looking one at that. It's definitely one of those villagers I would like to have in the future, but not now. I've already passed up so many decent characters. This villager hunt definitely makes me wonder how people can do like villager hunts that are like 200, 300, 400 tickets long, because I'm not even hit 150 and I just feel mentally drained. This is Agent S, a not bad squirrel. Not my favourite superhero villager, obviously that goes to Kit Kat, but not the worst, which goes to Rocket. I'm pretty sure I've already mentioned the fact that I don't really care for Rocket, so yeah, moving on. Okay, Lucky Bamboo, show me what you got. You've got Patty. Why? Right, still 5 tickets left, including this one. Come on, show me the money. That's another cow, that's Norma? Yeah. For some reason, Tipper came into my head, but I knew it wasn't Tipper. She is a nice looking cow, much like Patty, but nah. See, seen the cows far too many times. We would have taken them by this point, if we wanted a cow, so. Running away! Okay, I'm feeling lucky. Come on. Please. It's Harry. No, Harry. No. I don't want Harry. There's still a chance. There's still a chance. It doesn't look like there's a chance. There's Olaf. Oh, how many times have I seen him in the past couple of villager hunts? And I just don't like him. This is the closest thing to crazy I have ever been. Villager hunting for the sheep. This is Quilson. I'm not really that fond of Quilson. Kind of looks ill. It's just that green, isn't it? Not keen. Okay, last ticket on me. Are we going to get that lucky? We're not, but it's someone I want for my Rainbow Island really, really desperately. It's the absolutely gorgeous punk rock girl Cherry herself. I just need you to show up on my other island, okay? Like, pinky promise. Okay, so I think this villager hunt has gone on long enough. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grind off of camera just with a buttload more tickets, and I'll yeah, let you know when I eventually get a sheep, because I am determined to come home with a sheep. So, I'll see you in a second. Okay guys, real talk, so I'm going to have just one more ticket, because I like torturing myself before I go and do this all off of camera. I'm already up here, so I might as well just carry on. So, one more, let's give it a go. Please, somebody I can take home. Just anyone, it doesn't matter who, which sheep. Ah! Ah! Sheep! We got one! Oh, finally, the pain is over. Oh, hello, Kashmir. Oh, I've never been so excited to see you in my life. Oh, guess what's happening? You're coming home with me. Suddenly, you're the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Oh, and you're snooty. And I love snooties. Kashmir, you gorgeous thing, you. Come to my island. So, after 151 tickets, such a ridiculous number, but we finally have a sheep that we can say is coming back to Ewetopia. So now I'm going to run home, obviously make sure the plot is actually sold and that there's not an issue with that, because that would be horrific. And yeah, we'll see you in her house when she's in boxes. And here she is, our newest resident of Sheep Island, Kashmir. And what a journey it was to get you. Oh, it was a little bit painful, I must admit, for myself. Like I said, very mentally draining, but I'm very happy to have you here. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to end today's video here. Thank you so much for watching if you made it this far into the video, and I want to dedicate all of this to you if you made it, because it was a bit of a slog. But thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please hit like and consider subscribing if you haven't done already. Hopefully you will join me in my next video, which I think I'm going to need a break from Villager Hunt for a while, so hopefully it'll be the Happy Home Paradise speed run. But yeah, hopefully I'll see you there. And until next time, I want to say thank you very much, and hope you have a good one. Cheers, guys.